All right, everybody, so we are wrapping up your golf swing. We're building it from the start to the finish. We are almost at the finish. Continue watching to see how we do that. All right, everybody, Scott Oaken coming at you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are on call it part 6, but really it's part 5. It's a part of the golf swing that we are building. We are looking at your kind of impact again. We are returning to impact and how we tie all this together. We started impact. We want to tie everything back to impact, and then the last final part will be the finish. That actually does matter a little bit. I think a lot of people think the finish just happens, but if you can get your finish in a position that feels comfortable, that will be really helpful as well. So click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that finish video. It's really important just to help it look pretty, but 2, make sure it's operating. It's a good piece to tell you what's going on prior in the swing. But today we're talking about impact. We are going to just tie up what we've been doing as we've journeyed around with the club and started working on some areas. What does it do to come back into impact? What should we see as we start to finish out our impact? Well, again, what do we like to see in impact? Well, we like to see the golf club come in. We like to see our right arm staying a little bit bent, our left hip clearing some space. That might mean your chest is a little bit open, body's bent to the side a little bit. Those are the things we're looking for. Well, what's going to get us those things as we make a full golf swing? Well, we've taken the golf club through the takeaway, we've taken it to the top and transitioned, and we've now directed the golf club back into our arc of the golf swing. Now, what do we want to see, or what should we feel as we continue through our swing right now to get those desired impact positions? Well, what I hear a lot of is when people start saying, okay, Scott, you talked about in the transition directing the golf club out. That's the opposite of what I think should happen. That feels like a flip where I'm going to have that look at impact. It has that feel, but it's not a flip. It's going to allow you to actually do the opposite of flipping. Again, that feel versus real idea we have. It's going to let you do the opposite of that, because when I come back and I start to direct the club properly, what that's going to let me do is get my arms and my body to rotate around each other. So what we want to do right now is, if you just took your hand and your club out of your hands and just had your hands and arms here, you brought them back a little bit and you brought them in. Again, the right arm is a little bit bent, your trail arm, right arm if you're a righty. And if I just said, hey, go around your body, let's set this down, around your body and keep your elbows in really close. What you notice is this left arm is rotating, okay, and it's going to keep moving. If it keeps moving, that club is never going to get to that point where it can pass your hands before you hit the ball, okay? So as we're working through, again, as we've directed that golf club out, we can now rotate our arms, our forearms, and this elbow. You'll see this elbow stay down, right? Okay? To a point where we can now finish the swing, okay? If I do that, again, I'm always going to see the golf club staying ahead, or my hand staying ahead of the club, right? So I'm going to be able to generate a really, really good swing. It's going to look something just like this. Back, I've directed it out, like that. This is where, if you look at golf swings, you'll see pros have a much more leftward finish than I think most amateurs or even really good players that struggle from time to time. They won't get this part dialed in and the club's traveling too far out. It's also a really good indicator if something else is going on in your golf swing, because let's go back to our transition. If I transition again and I'm really trying to flatten the shaft and I get the club behind me, there's no way I can do this, you know, without to hit the ball. I mean, it's a crazy position to try to get into consistently. So what we like to see is direct it out and then finish. Yeah, does it feel flippy? Sure. But if you actually slow it down and look, you will not be flipping when you hit that golf ball. You're gonna hit it really nice. You'll notice how your body gets nice and open, a lot of things that we talk about or hear talked about in the golf swing, and you're really gonna get some of these positions. So you're gonna have a really good understanding now, and you're gonna be in a really good position to get to where we are looking to get to, which we talked about first. You wanna build a swing by knowing where you wanna get to, which is impact, and now you're building that swing to get there. So what do I want you to do? Just take the club back. You can really rehearse, transition, get the club out, and just hit some shots. That lead elbow, feel like it stays close. Feel like your right arm works over. You might not finish all the way just yet, but you're really gonna be in good position to see that club exiting and working your way through. So get to impact, work on your arms, how they're set up now to just continue the club around your body. Again, it's a big arc, it's a big circle. Get the club to work around you in a circular fashion. It's hard to go wrong that way. You will be in good shape. So start building your swing so those things can happen. And this is how we do that through the impact area to get those alignments we talked about in video 1. Again, impact, really important thing. If you have questions about it, please post below. Let me know what you think about it. If you have any questions, happy to answer them. I know it can be, again, a feel versus real thing, be tough to understand, so let us know, and we are glad to answer them and help you out. We will be posting our final video on the Build Your Swing series coming up, so click that subscribe button, and thank you so much for your support. If you like the videos, click that thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.